In the meantime, looks like Razzio has a slightly better start here. But within a few seconds.
Hopefully I am louder now.
I don't think it changed.
Both of them immediately library carding.
Okay, let me know what you think,
The
Chad.
meta
Hopefully that's
play.
better now. So yeah, Rib card, Hunting Girl is going to be our first familiar card.
Hunting Girl are the little floating rapiers with ghosts, right?
You can find those in Chapel and Coliseum.
So let's play favorites. Who do you want to win? Let's just call it out now, so when they watch the VOD, one of them could be heartbroken.
So my preference as a TO is always rooting for a game 3. Beyond that, I have no real preference. I am a little bit biased in favor of Dinner Dog, because I think that'd be a great story for Dinner Dog to finally win, and to win in the biggest Castlevania tournament ever. I think it'd be a nice way to round up that narrative. But any of these players can win. Any of these players would make a great champion, so I'm excited. Swarm, of course, is the reigning champion, and Razzio is one of our veteran players.
Swarm, he's behaving now, but when he streams his normal seeds, he purposefully leaves the cursor in the game capture for the whole stream, so I can wish nothing good upon him. When it comes to minor things, I guess it's good that he like had a kid and a house and a job just recently, all at once. But I can wish no tournament wins upon him for his cursor sins.
So Spike Breaker here at Elevator, that means that it's either going to be Cube or Spirit Orb for first progression. And you'll notice that despite Razzio having like a 5-second lead at the very start of the seed, Swarm is now caught all the way back up.
Yeah, he's a bit pulled ahead by a few seconds on my perspective.
Yeah, slightly better movement and slightly better library execution, so still very close, but I think I would probably say Swarm has the overall execution advantage in this matchup.
Yeah, he came from the speedrunning world. He's not as seasoned of a rando player, but he does have a tournament win under his belt already. Razzio has been in many tournaments. I don't know if he
Well, still no movement, but our second card already. We've got Flying Zombie. And yeah, we're going to see a small divergence here. Swarm going with the Ren routes, where you go down and around. Raz is just going to go through the lab. Let's see which player gets the better item drops, because there are slightly different farms on the way here. I think on balance I prefer Swarm's route, but who knows. There's an Iron Shield to complement the Shield Rod Swarm got earlier.
Yeah, someone in the chat said he got that. I missed the Shield Rod drop, but Swarm's definitely set up for faster boss kills now.
This is the good old glitchless speedrunning setup here. If you want to break SotN in half playing casually without any glitches or tricks, just use Shield Rod, Iron Shield. Shield Rod can be found in Coliseum, and you can buy Iron Shield for like 4K. And it's a top tier combo.
My first casual playthrough, I relied on that. I found the Shield Rod, and I'm like, that's gotta mean something. How do I make a shield with this rod? And so I Googled it, and then I found out what it actually does, and just tested every shield I had, and when the Iron Shield made 2 giant swords that swung around and obliterated everything, I decided to roll with that until it stopped working, and it never did.
So I'm going to tell you, watching this, the routes are pretty close to even. I do think if you're Swarm, you know, you're happy with that Iron Shield. But Razzio is not only here a little bit earlier, I mean, it's really close, but also has a Slogger Gaibon defeated. So I'm actually thinking that despite a lot of the hype around the Ren route, I think traditional route might be better here.
I wonder if, well, the logic would dictate not, but I wonder if Swarm was at all tempted to use that thrust sword to just go straight up to the Coliseum. But having already exhausted all the other progress spots, I guess that was not an option.
Would you do that now, or would you just head right down?
Hard to say. I think it would be nice to just go up there and get that teleporter, the Aurochs teleporter, and then it looks like that's what he's doing, and then go down.
I think this is a good call. You're getting a teleport for free, so no matter what, you're going to end up with something decent for this trip. And then on top of that, you're technically chasing complexity here. It could be Leapstone in Caverns, for example, in which case you can skip
no matter
a full layer.
No matter what's in the caverns, it just makes it so much quicker to leave. And, you know, unless what's in caverns unlocks progress in the library, which seems unlikely to me, then it'll likely be better to have gone to the Coliseum after that fact than, you know, having to work your way there eventually.
Ooh, yeah, that's kind of cringe. Worst case scenario for Swarm, a maybe relevant relic in the Silver Ring. Werebane's a good pickup though, although with Iron Shield, Shield Rod probably unnecessary.
I've seen people usually do that room twice. He's just going to do it once and then bounce.
Not even gonna grab the teleport here. Okay.
No. Well, then what was he doing up here?
An interesting route might have been getting the warp, then doing Coliseum, opening up the short check, the shortcut check for later, and then going all the way up to Leapstone. That would have been pretty committal, but that would have gotten you 2 teleports. Instead, we have 0.
Yeah. I feel like without getting that teleport. Well, and then, like I said, it was unlikely for the next check to be, or the next progress to be at library, but then that's exactly what he finds.
Alright, so the current chain here, Jewel 1, Miss 2, maybe. Spike Breaker does put Silver Ring into logic, which is interesting.
That's true, that's one of my old rando rules I tried to play by. If you can go to Silver Ring, you should go to Silver Ring. It's just the confluence of too many things requires 3 items/relics, just like Echo of Bat in most resets.
A good high complexity check.
Yeah.
Often very valuable. So I don't believe, did Razzio save split? I don't think so. So it's going to be a full commit to Merman, which I think is fine. And after this, if it's nothing, it'll just be a trip to Silver Ring.
Losing time to frogs, that's a classic.
I'm curious what the first random drop of the set is going to be. We see these every set, it feels like. Nothing so far, but I'm sure that'll change.
So Razzio's plan after this is just to head up. I guess they have the entrance teleporter open, so just head up and then go back to library?
No, I would actually go through Alchemy Lab again, go through the blue door, and then go to Silver Ring. And from there you can go around the Leapstone and get the Castle Keep Warp. That'd be my recommendation. Yeah, nothing here, but that's fine. Curious if Swarm will go down. That could put Swarm back in this. If you're rooting for Swarm, we're rooting for some kind of a new divergence. Yeah, so here comes the save, so it's going to be interesting.
Now the Catacombs is automatically less attractive to Swarm because he hates Grand Form.
But although it's going to be a little bit awkward with just this loadout, you can actually full clear. You can go all the way to Spike Breaker even, so this could be strong.
Doing that just missed rise to get over that first Spike Breaker and jump would be... That could potentially waste a lot of time if you're not good at it. Or you can do it with the Thrust Sword too, can't you? You can combo Thrust Sword and missed rise.
Sorry, combo Thrust Sword with...
Just going up with Mist.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Very MP expensive, but you can do it.
Yeah.
It's more of a Warlock strat, I think. Shoutouts to Warlock. The most underappreciated preset, I'm convinced.
Pretty sure that's Leg Day that you're thinking of.
Hey, I think everyone likes Leg Day, right? It's kind of a preset that's popping off. So the two cards, question in chat, one of them is Hunting Girl, and the other one is a Flying Zombie. Ooh, Ice Brand pickup. That's my second favorite weapon. It's a good one for Razzio.
How does the flying zombie can only drop while it's together or when it's the top part disconnected?
I don't know. Frankly, I've heard mixed things about Flying Zombie. We'll see.
I think whatever it is, I'm pretty sure the zombie can never have it in its pants pocket. It's only the top. Oh, Razzio has to reset the bridge room because he messed up.
Yeah, that's a big time loss.
He was waiting for the ghost head to like come to him as opposed to just dealing with it with a summon spirit.
I'm gonna say right now, again, just my own opinion, but I think this is a suboptimal route. I know it feels bad to go through Alchemy Lab a second time, knowing you'll have to go through it a third time, but I think it'd be better here. It would be the most direct possible route to Silver Ring, which has a pretty good chance of being Flight or Leapstone.
Well, I don't know. When you said that, I don't know if I would have ever thought of that. The blue door just never really entered into any of my routes.
It is kind of a weird route. I mean, it's the intended route through the game, which is funny. Because speedrunners, we don't really go through that route very often. We're always looking for some other way up. I mean, look at this. I hate this room. Oh, it's so bad. Now you gotta go for this meme where you unequip all your gear and hope you get a good Medusa at a good angle. It's just so insane luck.
So I've studied that room for a while, and you can definitely influence the height at which they come out. That's like guaranteed. You can make them spawn at the right point. It's
there's an art to it, but you cannot control the color of the Medusa heads.
No, there's no way to control the color. The blue ones are just more common than the gold ones. That's just what you have to count on.
So definitely good on Razzio. I've seen people waste minutes here, so getting that so quickly is pretty impressive. Swarm disappointed with that first check, just cube at Demon card.
If you'd like to know how to bounce off a Medusa head, Dinner Dog made a video about it.
Ooh, I mean, everyone goes subscribe to Dinner Dog, of course. You get the tips and the tricks and the lore. It's just, it's just such good variety on that YouTube channel.
Learn all about Zorlo.
So could you say that name one more time?
Zorlo.
Oh, hang on, let me post a little something in the chat.
The reverse of all ones.
Yeah, we got a Zorlo emote here.
I like that you prefixed it with Jupe, like there might be another Zorlo emote.
Oh, there is! Oh, you have not seen Eldritch? Has a Zorlo emote collection. In fact, when I was
someone claimed
seriously, I didn't want any copyright infringement. on the Eldritch Zorlo, so I had to like coordinate with Eldritch on making sure there wasn't too much overlap. It's good. They're all very different. Yeah, there's the full collection in the chat right now.
The Swarm also going for...
I just think, is no one going to keep it simple and just go to silver? Yeah, look at this, it's going to be silver.
I don't know if people would have thought of that route. It's just you being the best. Only you and your magnificent racer brain could have thought of that.
How can you be the best if you're washed?
I don't know. A lot of the people I play Dota against seem to think both of those things are true for themselves at the same time.
All right, so MrRazzio actually spent a decent amount of time on the map. I think maybe this is kind of a weird seed. We see this configuration in like Safe every once in a while, where it's reasonably early silvering, but I'm not sure we've seen it in Bounty Hunter yet. So you're gonna grab the warp. Now we're gonna go to silver. Swarm not too far behind, and
Bounty
Swarm's
Hunter
got the
doesn't have-
Caverns warp.
It's true. Bounty Hunter doesn't have that high of a complexity, does it? I have not raced much Bounty Hunter.
No, it's only complexity 5, which means this preset
how-
is very prone to bait.
How the rando decides to distribute that 5 can be pretty gnarly. There were a lot of safe seeds back in the day where you didn't get any form of flight until 5 layers deep, and that was a lot of those go to Grand Falloon to get to the library, check to get to Silver Ring, like that sort of thing. Going all over the castle.
So I'm hoping for, in fact, can it even be Leapstone? I think it might have to be either Gravity Boots or Bat here. Oh, you know what it could be, which would be hilarious? Where was Silver Ring? That was Coliseum, right? It could be Gold
Silver
Ring
Ring.
here. It could be Gold Ring at Silver Ring, which is so funny.
I'm not familiar with the Bounty Hunter logic, but at this point, the only things that could be considered full flight would be Power of Mist and Bat.
Okay, it's Gravity. So not the worst case scenario. Bat would have been
Which
best.
would mean, if this follows the standard logic, flight or, the next level of progress would have to be back in the Alchemy Lab, wouldn't it?
Gonna have to be, yeah. So the current change, just to recap, Jewel 1, Mist and Spike Breaker. Or I think it was Jewel, Spike Breaker 1, and then Mist 2. Now we have Gravity Boots 3. Alchemy Lab's gonna have 4.
If they went your route, that means they would have had to go through Alchemy Lab 3 times, and that's a lot of feels bad, man.
That's okay, though. It feels bad, but it's actually good, Sometimes a route, feels a little bit clunky or cumbersome, but if it's the most direct way to get from A to B, that's fine. That's all that matters. Ooh, we're getting a,
I suppose this is also in logic, because technically you do need some
true.
form of high jump to get out of here.
Yeah, so you have to have that first. This would be I'm not sure I've ever seen Bat have layer 4. This would be new for me for this preset. Also, good question. Would you go ahead and farm Hunting Girl now? I personally wouldn't. We saw a couple of kills from Swarm there, but yeah, I think you come back later.
It's kind of... This is the best spot. But yeah, they don't have the second Ring of Arcana yet, do they? I don't think Wolf
at
opens
bat.
anything up. Because Mist already gave them access to all rocks, didn't it? As a transformation. Not that they have the flight to get up there yet.
Yeah, not without Power of Mist. So we're still waiting for in-logic flight. What a weird see. That's gotta be Lab now, 100%. All right, so Swarm's gonna go ahead and farm here, like you said. It's the very best spot.
It's
even better than Coliseum.
Yeah, this is the most convenient spot, and it's kind of annoying to get back here.
Yeah, it's like in between two teleporters. It's kind of a worst case scenario. This is also true for like the Blue Crow or the Black Crow farm. Really out of the way. So if it makes sense to do it right away, go ahead and do it. Is one school of thought. But in the meantime, Razzio is getting a movement lead.
This farm is not going great for Swarm.
It's not too bad
What's
yet.
the
We're looking at
average?
like kind of 1 in 13-ish odds for Swarm. There it is. Okay, so that's about average. Thankfully, no disaster farm. That's always what you're afraid of if you're gonna do something early.
Yeah, you don't want to be. Because once you're like 10 kills in, you're stuck there. It would be horrible to leave and come back. It's purely sunk cost at that point. You're going to be there even if it takes you 50 kills. Barda for Razzio. Swarm with a very fast look at the map. Map looking champion 2024. Oh, that is a good point. Did Swarm not put Alucard's mail back on before doing that hunting girl farm? Is he still wearing Spike Breaker?
Plus 30 luck can definitely make a bit of a difference.
Yeah. Luck's not the big... When you already have a Ring of Arcana, luck is the biggest factor.
For the record, though, it does help in this game. Lots of Castlevanias where it does nothing. Yeah, there's that command. You'll notice. It says, luck works expectedly in Symphony of the Night. Shoutouts to SotN. One of the few games to actually get it right.
Jupe, are you implying that there are other Castlevania games?
Yes, in fact. There are at least 2 more. There's this game, and there's Castlevania 4, and some people say something about Castlevania 3, and those are the 3 Castlevania games.
Yeah. I heard they went all the way up to 64.
No, it's a fan game. That's fine. There are, a handful of games that get most of the spotlight, but thanks to a lot of the recent collections, I think more and more people are branching out into the great variety of Castlevania games out there. Like Bloodlines, yes, great game.
People are discovering nuclear fusion in some of those
That's
games.
true, yes it is.
Razzio finds Gold Ring, and he's about to go get Silver Ring, too.
God, that's actually in logic right now, so it could be something silly. What was the other check, by the way, in Alchemy? I'm not seeing anything on the tracker.
I saw it, but I don't remember it, so I don't think it was important.
So this is, are you joking me? So here's the seed. Jewel 1, Miss 2. Gravity Boots 3, Rings 4, Bat or Leapstone 5. Holy Glasses 6? This is very weird.
7?
Yeah, despite being minimum 5, we might actually have a complexity 7 on our hands. We've yet to see one of those in bracket. I've been rooting for one. This might be it. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's crazy because glasses is not optional. You do have to be able to get to Dracula.
I definitely respect the Spirit Orb pickup.
Is Swarm heading back to the caverns? Oh, no.
Here's the nice thing about Spirit Orb. Even if you have literally all the enemy stats memorized, which you're not going to have, even if you can do all the crazy calculations in real time, which you're not going to be able to do, being able to see the crits can help you determine, how to approach combat and optimize your farms. So yeah, I think if Spirit Orb takes less than 5 seconds, pick it up. That's my view. I'm glad Razzio agrees.
So Swarm finds Holy Glasses behind Flight, which they don't yet have.
Okay.
Not real Flight.
So it is going to be a Flight 5, Holy Glasses 6. Wow. And another card. Here's Heart card. This could be the complexity card, actually. Cthulhu. Now, who is Cthulhu, MT? Who is that?
Like in its own mythos or in this game?
No, in SotN.
In SotN, there is an enemy that has a very squid-like face and seems like dark magic power that looks a lot like the H.P. Lovecraft version of Cthulhu. That is not Cthulhu.
Oh.
Cthulhu. Which one is actually Cthulhu?
It's the demon.
Yeah, I just
every
know
other
it's
game
not.
it's called
It's not
demon.
Cthulhu. But
Now, they really got that one mixed up. I think they also got it mixed up in the Japanese version. I'm actually gonna look this up because I'm curious what the JPN translation is. But yeah, in this game, Cthulhu is called Molokai, and demon is Cthulhu. Just no resemblance. All right, interesting. So the Japanese name for Molokai, aka Cthulhu, is evil.
I mean, you got to be to the point sometimes.
Whereas demon's name. Hold on.
Like Oni or something? Okay, so the first Alchemy Lab check was Force of Echo, which is why I didn't remember.
It's devil. Evil and devil. Good names.
Yep. So I'm spending a lot of time just making sure he gets a few kills on every little enemy.
Okay, interesting. Hang on, I'm making light of what could be a very fun pun. Let's get back to that in a moment here. Thank you, Saya, for the info. This could be a big moment here for Razzio. Big check. Is it going to be Flight? Yes, but it's missed Flight.
It's
LOL.
The worst form of Flight there is.
Missed Flight is a huge laugh. All right, so to recap again. Jewel Spike Breaker 1. Missed 2. Gravity Boots 3, Rings 4, Missed Flight 5. We had a card and Holy Glasses both 6. It's possible. Because yeah, everything in Castle 2 is Complexity 7. But it's possible that Castle 2 is totally barren. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there's any... Well, I guess something could have Merman statue leading them to the final Vlad at Holy Symbol, which would make this 8 if the Merman statue's in Castle 2.
Ren has apparently seen a Complexity 8 seed. I don't believe him. But if it happens here, I'm going to become a believer.
Very unlikely. I need to get with Eldritch. He and I were trying to figure out how many permutations the randomizer runs through, on average, as you go through complexity. For people that don't know how this rando works, the preset file tells you know, what the locks are and like how the castle has to be structured in order for it to be completable. And then the randomizer just generates a completely random castle and say, is this completable and is it within the structure that the preset file has dictated. And so that is why if you ever run it locally, you can hear your CPU just start spinning up, or you know, the fan cooling it just starts spinning up very quickly, because it has to go through, you know, hundreds if not thousands or tens of thousands of that.
This reminds me of one of my favorite little stories. Back when the randomizer was relatively new, like a couple years old, we would have people roll seeds at like complexity 15 or 16, and it would just never happen. And the initial thought was it's just so complex. It would take like hours and hours and hours. In reality, it turns out there are certain complexity values that are so high it's literally impossible. So the program was trying to roll an impossible seed.
But you couldn't stop it from trying.
You couldn't stop it from trying, but took a while to figure that out, yeah.
But yeah, the term complexity, people thought it represented like the difficulty of the seed, and I think it, you know, I'm not mouse, but I think it just meant the complexity for like your computer to find a solution, like how complex that is. Not, you know, the complexity of the solution.
So nothing at all rocks. Oh, look at how everything is super spread out now for MrRazzio. Succubus, the 3 caverns checks, Power Wolf, and then Fire of Bat. This is a really awkward seed, and it's one of those seeds where I think both players will be feeling behind.
So Swarm knows where Silver Ring is, and he's not going. I guess he just knows it's flight, and he can get that whenever he wants, and he didn't need it for the.
A little surprised though, because if it's Bat, and there's a reasonable chance that it was Bat, and it's something I think you'd want to prioritize, you know.
MrRazzio starting a Claymore collection. We have the I card. Zombie.
Oh god, so we already found Echo. Holy Glasses 6, Bat 7, I card 8. This might actually be a complexity 8 seed. Wow. It depends on where Bat is. I mean, Bat could be somewhere random like Grand Fluid, which would be hilarious. But this might very well be the highest complexity seed we've ever seen.
Swarm saying no to Grand Falloon, not even going to try. Even though at this point, you know, he has to know he's over 5 complexity. The last card could be like at any place he chooses to skip.
That's true. So I think if you're Swarm, you're banking on density of castle too, right?
The zombies are just the ones that infinitely spawn in the entrance.
Yeah, so you can route those in with Power Wolf right now.
As you go back to the caverns, and you just go to the second castle. He's thinking about it. No, he's going. He's gonna finish up the first castle. So I haven't been paying enough attention. What's the fastest way to farm these floor zombies?
I think Swarm's doing it the right way. Just go to the left, get the relic check, and do the zombie kills on the way. Then, they spawn so quickly, I don't think you need like a special strat. Just stay in the room until you get it, is what I typically do.
Do you have to wiggle to like make them spawn faster? Or
No, you just stand on one side. Ooh. Okay, so it's bat complexity 6. So yes, this was in fact our first ever complexity 7 seed. Wow. We've seen a lot of 5s. We've seen a lot of 6s. Lucky number 7.
As long as we don't somehow find a card behind Merman statue.
Yeah, if I'm Swarm now, I'm gonna even do an all rock skip and just go to Castle 2. I'm feeling behind, and I'm gonna focus on density. I'm curious if Swarm agrees.
So it was Flying Zombie, and what was the other card that we know of?
You already have
He's already
Hunting
farmed
Girl.
Yeah, he's farmed Hunting Girl and Zombie. And then there's Flying Zombie, and then what was the final one? Oh, the
Cthulhu, aka Devil.
Yeah.
So I guess you want to do that one. I mean, there's actually a couple of good spots. I think I would save that for Castle 2. Yeah, here we go. I agree with this is a strong route from Swarm. Swarm really does have a sixth sense on how to route stuff. I think this is really smart. No save split, here we go. Yep. This is what we call playing the odds. Now here's the thing, if Razzio, I don't think, did Swarm skip Succubus, by the way?
I don't recall him ever doing it.
Wow, so we actually did a Succubus skip.
It is hard to watch two people at once, especially when one is doing something interesting.
Oh, it's a card, but it's a library card.
Maybe Swarm did do that.
Yeah, the one I know for a fact that Swarm skipped is Grand Falloon, so...
Yep.
We know that All Rocks is a bust.
Even if you have just watched Swarm kill Grand Falloon, know that in his heart he skipped it. So yeah, Swarm finding Bat really freed him up from the obligation to go back to Coliseum and the clock room.
It's true, yeah. Delaying that worked out. Still, though, I think there's a 2 in 3 chance that Silver Ring leads to something worthwhile, whether it's Bat or Leapstone. So that part, I want to ask Swarm about that. Oh, by the way, here comes the Iron Shield combat. That's really good. This combo is killer for pretty much every boss in Castle 2 except for, like, Galamoth.
Yeah, it's hard to keep Galamoth in a loop with that. But, oh, there's the next Ring of Arcana. People have learned to stay in the room in Castle 2 until they have that second Ring of Arcana. Did Swarm ever pick up the Varda? Did he ever go? I believe that was at Fire of Bat. I don't know if Swarm ever.
I believe so. If someone wants to correct me, please. But I think so. Okay, apparently he did. So it's going to be even stronger Iron Shield combat than normal. Now, we're definitely going to be seeing a traditional right side, because you've got both Devil and Flying Zombie over there. Interesting, Medusa resists Slash, so it's going to be kind of a tough fight. There we go.
She resists, I think, nearly all forms of damage. She takes half damage from the Alucard shield spell.
Why is Medusa so tanky?
Well, she's holding a shield.
Oh, you know what? It fits. It does. That's a good point.
No other boss put gear on. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's getting his farming gear back.
See, this is a great spot right here for Devil. Oh, look at this.
And the flying gun. Yeah, they're both in the same room. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together like that.
And here's where Leapstone can come in handy. Oh, this is working out. This is some pro stuff from Swarm here.
All those level ups always fake me out. What was that? No. Yeah, Swarm not sure on which parts of the flying zombies can drop.
Well, the top part can definitely drop something. We saw that Monster Valve too.
Yeah.
And then what did you say, MT, that the combo
I was
can
under
also
the
drop?
impression that the legs could not drop anything.
You might be right.
But I have not studied that extensively.
So far, I think we've yet to see a legs drop here.
Yeah, Mott says legs don't drop anything.
Mott, can you confirm whether or not that first quote-unquote kill, where the zombie splits, does that have a drop? I think not. I think it's just the top part. Yo, wait a minute, Razzio's going to Grand Balloon. Here's the thing. This is the only way Razzio can win at this point. Swarm is so far ahead. It has to be a Grand Balloon. But if it is, Razzio wins.
I feel like if I'm ever racing Swarm, I just go straight to Grand Balloon. And if it has something, I know I've won. That'd be a huge load-off.
Unfortunately, kind of a bad farm here for Swarm.
But he is getting 2 of them at once. If he gets them both in the same room visit, that'll be sweet. Oh, but it's not too good. But now he doesn't have to farm the zombies anymore. Just come out, whack the Cthulhu, or the Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, Cthulhu's even typoed. It's the wrong name.
Yeah,
it's
not
typoed. That is a real classic SotN moment right there. Kind of reminds me of bees. There's Beelzebub, and in SotN it's literally spelled Beelzebub. Beelzebub.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. This is the seed. Yo! No way! No way! Oh my god!
Well, GG's Swarm.
You gotta be joking! You gotta be joking!
Jupiter is running around his room right now.
Oh my god! Okay, so there's apparently I was literally up from my chair. MT, I'm very sorry. I was popping off. Apparently, according to the chat, it's spiked ball. So just no chance Swarm gets this randomly. No chance.
Yeah. Do you and I have to do anything anymore? Should we just go and reconvene in like 40 minutes when they're
We'll
done?
find something to talk about. We can talk about like TV or pop culture or whatever to pass the time. It's Dunzo. What a punish from Grand Balloon. Brutal. All right, so MT, what have you been watching lately?
I haven't been watching much. I play games too much to like seriously watch shows. I've heard great things about that new Fallout show.
I didn't realize Fallout
actually, I
had a
did
show.
finish season 2 of Invincible. It's just it was so short and then cut in half on top of being short that I kind of forgot I did that.
I know what you mean.
And
They're just...
You have a PG chat, so I can't talk about Invincible too much.
Oh, actually, that's fine. We're no longer family friendly. We try to keep the language PG, but now just so I can play series like Metal Gear Solid and Shin Megami Tensei, we've removed that particular label. So feel free. But what I was gonna say is that I have the same kind of problem. This has been the best like year and a half of video games ever. It's just way too much to play, you know?
Yeah. I played like 10 minutes of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I got big into Dota, which is a disease I catch every couple of years.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is kind of interesting now.
If Swarm takes that bait,
yeah,
he might decide to also go to Grand Falloon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he takes it though. That's a big, because he counts complexity. I'm pretty sure. and he would know that that would make it an 8 complexity seed, and that's extremely unlikely.
You're probably right. Let me actually go ahead and switch over to Razzio's audio. Get ready for the spiked ball form. And then this is actually kind of convenient because a hunting girl. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is there the one? Is the spike ball? There's one down in the Coliseum, right? And then there's just one in the Forbidden Route. Is that the only?
Isn't it just this one here in Chapel? Is there a second one?
The spike? Oh, the spiked ball. I thought it was the ball and chain wielding guy.
Oh no, yeah. No, it's
the
it's
spike
this
ball is
meme
actually
farm.
the spike ball.
Yeah. Now,
oh, wow.
Pop quiz for you, MT. I'm sure you know. It has a rare drop, which is why it's included here in Bounty Hunter. What is the rare drop in vanilla?
I don't think it would be Iron Ball, would it? I can't.
I don't think so. Although that would make a lot of. That might be a common drop, actually. I'm curious because that makes way too much sense. The rare drop, if you don't know, you'll never guess it. It's Axe Armor. That's where you get Axe Armor outside of the library from the spike ball.
One of Iga's interns didn't get enough sleep that night. He was just told to fill out the loot tables.
Are you ready for this?
On a thing.
So MT, you are a genius, MT. So here's the deal. At 8 luck, which is like standard luck, 0 rings of Arcana, the odds of getting the common drop, it is Iron Ball. It's 1 in 4.
Oh, nice.
So on the one hand, 1 in 4 for Iron Ball. On the other hand, Axe Lord Armor, a little bit more rare. 1 in 588.
that was, they couldn't think of a thing to put on it, so they put a random thing, and then to hide their shame, made it very unlikely.
I think it's so funny. Oh, we didn't rate the drip. It's fine.
Before Bounty Hunter, it never would have occurred to me that had drops. So like, I can't imagine people farming it.
A good, not great farm from Razzio. I'm sure that's fine for Razzio. Okay, so we've got...
He's got to be fit. Like, everyone knows about Swarm by now. He has to be feeling on top of the world.
Yes.
He found a card at Grand Falloon.
And can I just say, for the record, we talk about how, it's good to make really smart gambles. Swarm's route this seed has been exquisite. I mean, I think straight up is the better route. Really smart gambles. On paper, this was really likely to win. But we've talked about how unpredictability is really important. Razzio, like if Swarm did not have a reputation for skipping Grand Falloon, I think Razzio would have skipped Grand Falloon. But because of Swarm's reputation for doing that check 0% of the time, basically, Razzio thought, you know what, hey, look, I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary out. If it's here, I win. It's like here, and he'll win.
The route at the beginning was so like scattered. They both had to be thinking, "Oh, I'm taking a horrible route." They're like the other one's taking a much better route. And so Razzio was thinking that, and he's like, "I gotta do this."
But here's the funny thing, to your point, MT, because I agree with that analysis completely. If Razzio was playing against, I don't know, Dinner Dog, for example, who's a little bit more inconsistent on whether or not he'll skip Grand Falloon. If you're trying to save time over Dinner Dog, you skip Grand Falloon. If you're trying to get a divergence over Swarm, you go to Grand Falloon. So it's that predictability that opens up a vulnerability. It's just kind of interesting how that works out sometimes. You gotta just sometimes go for a crazy route to keep your opponents on their toes.
That pioneered skipping creature, or like advocated for it the hardest?
Oh yeah, Dinner Dog was kind of the OG on creature skip. Now it's standard.
Keep juggling those items, Razzio.
All right, so there is a small chance that after Galamoth, Swarm will just library card. But I don't know. Here comes Razzio.
So Razzio now just has that one room to go to. Right before activation.
He's not going to find Bat, interestingly. But that's okay. Doesn't really need it.
Yeah. He'll just be hoping to find that at Medusa, because he's not even going to do Darkwing Bat. Like, he's going to just head pure right side. He's not even going to dip into the left that it takes to go to
If there is some way to skip Medusa, I guarantee you Razzio would be skipping Medusa.
Yeah.
Just make a beeline.
Glitch out of the room, Razzio. We'll allow it. Won't you?
I think Swarm had a fantastic game. And there's just,
Yeah,
I have
Swarm
no
played.
notes for Swarm really. Except for, I maybe had a different read than he did on whether or not it was worth going to Silver Ring, or going to pick up Silver Ring at Coliseum, doing that check. I actually agree with Razzio a little bit more on that, but it worked out great for Swarm. And besides that, just kind of an untouchable route here. But sometimes Grand Boon has
imagine
a
if
card.
the final card was... If the final card was behind Galamont, Swarm's ahead by like, what, 20 minutes? Or
Oh,
so?
yeah.
Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
insane. But too bad it was in the exact opposite, literally, the exact opposite spot.
The
of behind
distribution was 10-1. Razzio had a 1 in 11 chance of winning. And sometimes you get the 1 in 11.
Yep.
Remember to put back on Dragon Helm, by the way.
Empty room, not even a heart at the bottom. Like, just empty room.
No! Oh, it's fine. Wait a minute. Oh! Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Hey, look at this. Razzio did find a way to skip Medusa. We're going to be going a left side to Dracula, and then I guess we'll do the... Is this faster, though? I'm actually not sure.
I don't know. Leaving the library, especially without Bat, is not fast. Like,
Yeah.
library or reverse library.
Oh, God, I just realized Razzio could die here, I think. These enemies are kind of strong, MT.
He does have a fart.
You gotta trust me on this one. I know he just took 1 damage. But I've died here before. I've seen other people die here before.
Oh, Swarm's gonna check Beelzebub and
Careful, Razzio. Yeah, Bard is too good. I can't believe the Shmoo's only doing 1.
it's always the Tin Mans that scare me. They always seem to do 1,000 damage to me.
Yeah, and Tin Man's scary in other Castlevania games too, like Order of Ecclesia.
This is the medieval, like, it's not medieval, it's the Middle Ages and they have a machine gun. It's not fair.
I love all the anachronisms in Castlevania. Like I was playing
Yeah, they're
Castlevania 64 earlier, and there are it takes place in like, when does it take place? Like 15th century. There are skeletons riding on motorcycles in that game. It's perfect. More of that, please. Ooh. Ooh.
Razzio must have practiced this.
This is kind of hard to do. Let's go, Razzio.
Yeah, this is significantly harder than it looks if you've never tried this.
But then you untransform it. That's perfect. Gaming right now. God, maybe he does feel ahead. After that Grand Balloon pickup.
You gotta. That was like back in the day, if you know, when everyone was skipping creature, if you went straight there and got a creature relic, it's like that times 5 because it's in like the far end of the first castle. I think it would have just been quicker to kill Medusa though. I'm not sure.
I think at this point, yeah, this is a cool idea, and with Bat, it might have been kind of close, but yeah. I think you just go through the Medusa fight.
I don't know if I'd have thought, like, I'd have realized as I got to that room that there was a Cthulhu and a Flying Drum in the same room. I just never think of that room. It's the room that I don't want to be on the floor while I'm wing smashing because you fall into that little hole. But that's also, you know, I just haven't played a lot of Bounty Hunter. I think Razzio and Swarm have, you know, it makes you a lot better at knowing where enemies are.
I think it's dawning on Swarm now.
Yeah.
The reality of the situation.
He's right now just hoping that it's at Succubus. just, you know, any time that something's at Grand Falloon now, it's just, he has to feel so defeated. He can defend himself with math all he wants, but in the end, it's lost him a race.
Here's the thing, though, and this is something that I've mentioned on the mic before, and when Swarm was doing co-commentary, he echoed this sentiment, which is that sometimes you gotta play the odds in SotN to win, which means sometimes you're gonna end up looking a little bit foolish. Like, it's so easy in hindsight to say, well, that's what you get for scripting Grand Falloon, but, you know, it wins you races more often than it loses you races, so I think it was absolutely the right call for Swarm, but on the flip side, I do think it was absolutely the right call for Razzio, given the situation, to assume Swarm is going to skip and to go for a check. So honestly, great play from both. If there's one critique to make, maybe, it's, you know, maybe Swarm is a bit too predictable on that. But I think in this situation, Swarm made the right call, Razzio made the right counter call, it just happened to go Razzio's way.
You gotta be unpredictable. The best way to win is to become ungovernable. Don't let math dictate your play. Oh, this is all one long room. See, I like to think I have this castle's layout memorized, but I keep getting surprised.
Oh yeah, and Razzio's got the better flying zombie info. Not even gonna kill the legs, yeah.
I see a lot of people do this. They'll go out of their way, like too far out of their way to find. Well, he shut me up immediately before he even got
Razzio, I would go back. Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
yeah,
wait, okay.
This is probably when you already have the Cthulhu farm. What is it? Oh, no, wait, he got the zombie drop. He didn't get the Cthulhu drop. He doesn't have the beach stone, so he can't do the very...
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that same kind of farm that Swarm was doing, but that's all 5 now.
Yep.
Wow.
Swarm going through doing everything except Grand Falloon and live in denial for as long as possible.
Here's the question, what's gonna happen first? Razzio wins, or Swarm gets to Grand Falloon Relic? What happens first? I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a hot race.
The worst thing that could happen is Razzio dying to Dracula. Which is always possible.
Varda power missed. Top level player, no. But yeah, this is another crazy upset. Razzio is sort of starring as the what do you call it? The underdog story, the Cinderella story of the tournament so far. Upset the 2nd seed and is 1 game away from upsetting the reigning rando champion. This is good stuff. Who had this on their prediction sheet going into bracket? The Razzio win.
Razzio has been plugging away at these tournaments. I think he's been a part of every tournament except for that ancient first one that was pretty much just, you know, what was it, DB, Talic, Turbo Dog, like all those guys.
Yeah, great stuff here. I'm really excited for game 2. Now, to wrap things up, I do recommend Icebrand over Holy Sword, but it's about the same. Here's the thing about Icebrand. It's blue.
It's true. Which is the element that Dracula doesn't resist?
Ice, yeah. That's why Icebrand... He's supposed to resist ice, but just doesn't.
I think they flipped a thing and made him resistant to Holy, because there's no reason he should be resistant to Holy. but he is.
Well, let me take a look. So according to the wiki, which I'm going to trust, Holy Sword is 26. Ice Brand, I think, is in that ballpark. 25. Okay, so yes, Holy Sword is optimal by 1 point of damage.
Well, I thought Dracula resists holy, to my knowledge. Doesn't he?
I don't think so. Well, actually, we can see because Razzio made the wise move of picking up the Spirit Orb. Let's take a look. Dracula nullifies poison. I know that much. Let me look up the rest. Looking like... Oh my god. I gotta hurry here. Strong against fire and thunder, immune to poison, and absorbs dark. So nothing... Neutral to holy.
Oh. Huh.
But yeah, definitely was supposed to resist ice. I mean, that's why Alucard gear... Or not Alucard, it's Alucard gear. You resist thunder, fire, and ice. It's kind of like the power of the vampire or whatever. But Ice Brand, because of a coding oversight, is really effective on this fight. It's kind of neat.
Does anything else do frost damage? Or they just forget they put it in the game?
Oh, God, that's a good question. It might be the only frost weapon. Okay, time coming up very soon. This is some good, safe gameplay. I don't even hate this. It's fine. Razzio can see Swarm is not finished. And wraps it up in 63 minutes, 31 seconds.
I think Razzio knew he won the second he found that card at Grand Falloon.
Alright, so let's see what Razzio can do this time. Once again, if Razzio is able to win, they'll be moving on to winners finals, they'll be guaranteed top 3 minimum, and they will be in the money, which at this point is over $3,300. Oh wow. $3,300 and growing.
The prologue finished at exactly the same time, and well, Swarm was already a room ahead, but he farmed a few more enemies than Swarm does, just as Razzio does. As Swarm goes through the rooms, he takes time to, well, and it paid off immediately.
Oh.
Getting a Chrysogrim from his random kills. And I guess that
really
shows
hope
why it's a
Razzio
good
gets
strategy. On top of, you know, the random Vlads you might get, given that there are no, you know, items on the ground in this preset, this is the only way to get powerful gear like Chrysogrim.
Alright, so brace yourselves for the revenge of the Swarm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just... He's gonna be getting so many easy kills on the way. We might see 3 random Vlads. I wouldn't even be surprised.
He turned luck mode to on. In his life, not in the game.
Dark Armor is not bad too. It's just, it's all coming up Swarm right now. So, you know, we'll have some return trips to the library. Definitely possible that Razzio gets one later. But, this is going to be good for Swarm. Okay, looks like we're going right to Cube, then right to Coliseum.
Well, is Razzio going to go to Castle Keep straight off?
That could be an interesting divergence. Yes, indeed. Here we go.
Oh yeah, I was thinking he'd have to do the Medusa Head strat that you love so much again, but I forgot they already have Leap Stone. If that had been a Masamune, then the Swarm is just too good. But he just gets that check, and I believe he'll also be heading to Castle Keep.
Yeah, Razzio already established himself as an expert at the Clock Tower Medusa strat. No need to prove it a second time. So here's going to be nice and easy, just double jump on up.
I didn't ask in time. I'll ask when Swarm gets there. What is that thing? When you go through the lower entrance from that, big open area into the clock tower, it's like a gargoyle, but it's just some weird shape on the wall.
I actually am not sure I've noticed. This game's got so many small little touches like that. Oh. Hey, so Swarm's got the Chrysogram, but Razzio's got the random Vlad. And a Mobla.
It's that thing. We see, it goes by too fast.
Razzio now 4 away.
And that's not a super convenient farm. Storm dive kicking off of that puzzle pod. That's a nice little time save.
Yo, Gargoyle!
Yeah.
Blessed run.
Swarm wins the tournament.
Okay, surely Swarm gets this right. Oh my god, the kills are so fast, though.
I guess this room is quick enough to get back to. You don't have to fight Karasamon every time, so it's...
Yeah, it's reasonably close to the warp, yeah.
What did Razzio find? Must have been a library card, because I know he picked it up and it didn't light anything up on his tracker.
Oh, here we go. Rider climb, that's a terrible pattern. There's absolutely no way, yeah.
Oh, he got way farther than that than I expected, given how...
Interestingly, if Swarm had had Alucard equipped, he could have tried to clear a path by attacking the top one, but Chrysogram would have just blown them all up instantly. A sad case of the Chrysogram being too good.
Suffering from success. So the only check left is the Spirit Orb check.
Well, and Coliseum as well as in Logic, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're doing their Divergence again, and I don't know when Coliseum is guaranteed to be part of it. I don't know what's better.
Well, I kind of bought into the Ren route hype, but after last match, I'm back to believing in traditional route. I think you just go Alchemy Lab. I think this is better.
Yeah, especially since Swarm didn't have the elevator and he had to go down the slow way.
Oh yeah, plus, Razzio missed it there, but there's that dive kick trick off the Spittlebone. That saves a good 10 seconds. 5-10 seconds.
That's strange. Slugger and Gaibon didn't give Razzio a level up. I think that confused him. He's waiting for it. Yeah, especially the route Swarm took especially doesn't seem worth it if you're not going to go up to Coliseum first.
Yeah, because it's so close, but Razzio has defeated an extra boss fight. So it's got to better go traditional. Ooh, nice Fist of Tulkas. Unnecessary with the Chrysogrim, but you know.
Doesn't need it.
Might be good for Razzio if Razzio happens to get that pickup.
Swarm somehow back ahead. He just did that whole section a lot quicker. It's like he has a giant repeating hitbox wherever he goes. Somehow. I believe Tulkas is from the Token lore.
Interestingly, so is Chrysogrim.
I thought that was a like traditional Gaelic thing, but
Well, my understanding is that Valmanway, which is the quote-unquote intended translation, is like a mountain range or something in Tolkien. Chrysogrim, I'm not sure where they got that one.
well, everything in Tolkien has two names. Like Frodo and Sam aren't even those characters' names. It's like the common translation of their.
Oh, is that right? What are they actually called?
I can't remember. It's weird. So, like, you know, Bilbo, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, like, none of those are their actual halfling language names. That's just how they were translated into.
Well, I know that Pippin is Peregrine, because at one point Gandalf calls him out. He gets a stern talking to in the third movie.
Yeah, Frodo's real name is Mora Labingi.
Oh, well, that's the first time I've heard that name in my life. You could be making it up right now. I'd have no idea. This is Razzio. Never mind, he's a genius.
He did.
Can't believe that worked. What a meme. I love SotN.
It's like that boss was not created to withstand the power of a late game shield rod and shield spell combination.
I'm looking up the origin of the term Chrysogrim as we speak.
It sounds Gaelic to me, but I think Tolkien was inspired by a lot of the mythology of that region.
Okay, so there's information about Valmanway. There is no information about Chrysogrim. I think they might have just made it up. Hang on, what's the Japanese name? It's Valmanway. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Hang on. Whoa, here we go. So they're both Tolkien. Here's the deal. I've gotten the info. So Valmanway refers to the power of the god Manwë, whereas Chrysogrim is the mountain range I mentioned. So I got those two conflated in my head. That's how it works. Chrysogrim's the mountain range, and Valmanway means the power of God.
It is very strange that a Japanese developer decided to... I mean, I guess it's only in the English version that they chose Chrysogrim. But that means some translator was like, so where'd they get that? Tolkien. Oh, I gotta look in a Tolkien book to find some kind of translation.
Frankly, it was a good call. I love the name
random
Chrysogrim.
word.
I think it's a great name for a weapon.
Or I guess knowing the kind of people that end up being video game translators is probably someone that had already read Tolkien.
Who doesn't love Tolkien?
Let's see who has the quicker silver.
Oh, there's our first card, by the way.
I didn't see he looked at it too fast. I blinked. What was
It's
it?
our old friend Cthulhu once again.
Oh. Is this even random?
No, it's vanilla. That's where you normally get the Chrysogrim. In the library. You didn't farm Chrysogrim in library on your casual playthrough?
Yeah. without the Chrysogram. Swarm is moving with a vengeance right now. He is tearing through each of these rooms.
I'm honestly shocked Swarm hasn't gotten a random drop. How many enemies have died in the past 15 minutes? I mean, come on. Frankly, it's unlucky.
He has been a whirling dervish of destruction through this castle.
Los Cerberus.
Yeah. Oh, Razzio is save splitting down there in order to go check Mermaid Statue?
Oh, this is like a
Does that
forbidden
become a-
save split. I think I've done this once in my life. It's typically frowned upon, but it's not that bad. It's just kind of weird. All right, let's see if this works out.
Oh, Swarm. Oh, okay, because he can't get to... If he's getting that...
Oh, Swarm
it's
is
the
actually
boat.
going to skip again. That's fine.
He can't get to... Spike Breaker location, so...
Yeah, it's kind of weird, though, because it's a 50-50 chance, I think, that Granvaloon's got something here. I think it's just a 50-50.
Yeah, where else is he going up? They've already been to Castle Keep. Where's he going? Oh, Mermaid Statue.
Okay, coin flip time. Oh, it's not Granvaloon. I could still be a random card, I guess, but it's not movement.
Did Swarm also save split? I'm trying to figure out what...
It might have
If-
just been a commit.
Yeah, if this merman statue was nothing, what was his plan?
I'm actually not sure. I mean, it
Take
does
the
seem a
boat
little...
back?
I guess you take the warp back down from castle entrance. That wouldn't be that slow.
That's commitment to, giving the finger to Granvaloon, really. That's what that's a commitment to.
Now, while we do talk about, the advantages of remaining unpredictable to your opponent, I think we've also talked a lot about how it's important not to hesitate and second guess your game plan. Swarm came in with a game plan, which is take some calculated gambles and skip Granvaloon. And we're not seeing any hesitation on that. Sticking with the game plan, I like that a lot.
Oh, I was wondering what he was doing, but he was purposefully getting that frozen shade to shoot the million little particles at him so he could soul steal it. Nice little heel strap there.
Comment in the chat here, I should do a Lord of the Rings run. I have. Not for this game, but there is a Lord of the Rings category for Circle of the Moon, which is a game with like a dozen rings. You gotta get them all. And then you win the speedrun. We could maybe think about adding that for SotN. That could be fun. But with SotN, you know how it is. It's make a shift line, go out of bounds, break the game. It's always the same. Wing smash through everybody. What do you think, MT? Are you, if you had to pick one, if you had to speedrun SotN for the rest of your life or play rando for SotN for the rest of your life? You only choose one.
Like any preset? Like I wouldn't be...
Every preset even. But you can never do speedruns again, traditional speedruns.
I would choose rando.
Me too. As much as I love Saturn speedrunning, I think the rando is just way too good for this game. Eternal replay value.
Also, as good as I would get at the speedrun, I know like within 2 hours DB would just take back any world record I got. He takes that personally.
So how's Razzio going to handle this? Definitely going to grab the warp. Do you go down for Grand Flea or do you just save that?
I think, like, Razzio would have to be feeling Grand Flea right now. He'd have to be thinking, like, you know, this is great. Worked 100% of the time today. So I'm finding a lot of library cards.
I didn't realize there were so many checks still left in Castle 1.
The Swarm still has to go back and farm those ghosts.
Oh god, here we go, Slogger Gaibon. Okay, it's over.
Best thing about SotN are the involved, intricate boss fights. That's always something that actually stopped me from kind of enjoying the Game Boy Advance and DS Castlevanias, because the first few bosses, like those protagonists, they just run up and they're like, I have a butter knife and I'm ready to kill God. They just run with the dinkiest little weapon and you have to hit everything 600 times until you get pretty deep into the castle.
Hey, that's true for SotN as well. What are your starting weapons? It's Red Rust, of course, who could forget, and that other one that's bad. Frankly, your best weapon is no weapon at the start. But Slogger Gaibon is so easy, yeah. Especially compared to, like, Circle the Moon, where Cerberus is, honestly, a really tough boss for first-time players.
Jumping around on all those little platforms.
You have a very different experience. Okay, so Merman at Gravity is interesting.
Going right back down. I think you have to go down and check that, don't you? They don't have any... Oh, they have actually plenty of other options.
Yeah, it's a lot right now because Flight just opened up.
Yeah. Well, I'd go down and, you know, check Succubus along the way or on the way back up. Unless they want to save that for the whole trip through Catacombs.
Okay, I think we're going to be getting Succubus and then Holy Symbol. This is a good situation to actually do the Succubus check, I think. Since you're already down here anyway. Might as well get 2 for the price of 1. Oh, by the way, we have a poll in the chat right now on that same question we were talking about earlier. Speedruns or randos? It is 100% in favor of randos. So there you go. Seems we have a slight consensus here. How about that?
Randos are just, they take a lot of work to create, but once they're created, you know, the Link to the Past rando, the Metroid rando, I know the Aria rando is pretty popular. Like, it's just, they add a whole lot of life to the game.
SotN is at the point now where it's in the 5 most active randomizers, period. Not for Castlevania, for any game. And I think it's approaching top 3. Like, Link to the Past is always going to be number 1. And then beyond that, it's like...
That game was made to be randomized.
Yeah, it's just such a huge community. But beyond that, there's Zooter and Majora's Mask, of course. There's Super Metroid. And then I think it's SotN at this point. It's been really nice to see this game's growth over the years. And, finally. See, honestly,
all he
Swarm,
had to do
I feel like that was overdue.
Murder dozens of categories of kinds of things. And he got it.
Finally got one. All right, so interesting. So now we've got a slight Vlad
at the end of
divergence.
this boat ride is the ring card. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. No, it's just... Hopefully Swarm gets a little luckier to compensate for Razzio's earlier relic. Now I have some bad history with the Ouija table. Not in this game, but anyone who's seen me do Dawn of Sorrow All Souls knows how rare that drop can be. Hopefully it's not nearly as rare this time for our runners tonight.
Where are the Ouija I haven't played Dawn of Souls in forever.
Yeah, it's in the very first area. In one of the very first rooms, you can find a table. It's got a fun little ability where when you sit down, you heal your HP. So the drop rate's like, without Soul Eater Ring, like 1%. That's just classic Dawn. Fun fact, Creature in Dawn of Sorrow has a drop rate of 0.39%. Cool. Gotta kill about 300 on average. Gotta kill about 1,000 on a bad day. Gotta kill about 5,000 in a nightmare farm. Which is very cool. Thank you, Iga.
Yeah. Every time you do that, he gets a little smile and he doesn't know why.
It sure does. All right, so I'm not sure who's ahead here. This is a really tough seed to read. Swarm has obviously had the weapon advantage. I think the routes for both have been fine, honestly. Maybe Swarm's slightly better. But I think it's going to come down to which of these two random lads ends up being randomly more impactful, you know?
Yeah, if one of those cards is like, you know, behind death or something, and the other is, you know, behind Darkwing Bat, that can make quite a bit of difference time-wise. Now the Swarm can't be doing anything but Granfaloon right now, can he? Or I guess he could just be going to his teleporter. Yep, alright. He continues to confound.
Is it time for Castle 2 now? So the current chain is Leapstone 1, Jewel 2, and Gravity 3. And then I think Holy Glasses was flight locked, right? Where was that?
I think Holy Glasses...
Maybe not. Maybe that was early.
Yeah, Holy Glasses was on the Cube of Zoe pedestal.
Oh, okay. So yeah, never mind. Just not in the chain. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be Fire of Bat next. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. So the 3 cards we have this seed. Let me rephrase. We have 3 cards this seed, and we have 2 random Vlads. There is no overlap between the cards and the randoms. That, first of all, that alone is wild. It might literally come down. One of these 2 players has the complexity Vlad, and one of them's got some random. I think it's I think the winner has already been decided. And I think it's just, we gotta wait and see how it plays out. Meanwhile, more Skull Shield from Razzio. Just the style points off the charts right now.
What was the Rib Card farm? I already forgot. I'm terrible at this.
Oh, it's so much to keep track of, MT. Don't feel bad. I've forgotten Rib too. One of them is Cthulhu.
Oh.
Oh, it's Armor Lord. Thank you, chat. Also Jay, and we have Mystic Ghost card. Reminder to always keep
Still a lot
succulents.
to do in the first castle. I don't think the Swarm's going to be going into the second castle anytime soon. If he does go to second castle, he's going to miss the heart card, which was at the Sword Familiar location.
Yeah, I like this. Go ahead and use the save split here. You can maybe check some stuff and then go to Castle 2 if you want. Meanwhile, Razzio about to find a gold ring.
I guess just as he takes the teleporters to get back up to Castle Keep, it's just to be hoped that Razzio will stop and go fire back as well.
What do we make about this Forbidden Route play, MT?
I don't know. I was wondering how he was going to get to Allrox's quarters. And I guess this is faster than going through Alchemy Lab?
You also get that one shot at Devil. So yeah, I guess I can see it.
He's still he might, he's got a couple opportunities to kill a Ouija table.
Oh yeah, that's also on this way. Here we go. In fact...
Oh, no, he's skipping it.
Was Ouija table Heart Farm?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Swarm doesn't have that info yet.
I just thought he might do it and get lucky, but it's the first enemy he didn't go out of his way to kill in a while.
Okay, so meanwhile, Razzio's going to be getting the Rib card here. And we might see Castle 2 from Razzio now.
So wait, what's the... Is there any relic we don't know?
Well, we don't know. Wait a minute. So yeah, Heart is...
Razzio has Heart and Tooth from the Vandal Sword.
Mm-hmm.
He has
and then
the
Ring was
card.
Frozen Shade.
Yeah, and then
We got
they have the
Cthulhu and
card, which is
Devil.
Cthulhu. So we know everything, don't we?
So we, the spectators and we, the audience, we're in no mode. The players aren't, but we are. So we know all the enemies, but now it's a question of who gets the cards or the random drops first.
Why is... Did I miss something last time farming this?
Someone's gotta be careful not to die, by the way. Yeah, this is a better Armor Lord right here.
Oh, Armor
I like
Lord,
this more.
yeah. Yeah, the room where people aren't shooting you from a mile away. Slightly better farm.
You gotta admit that shield rod location very well guarded. They knew it was a good weapon when they put it there.
That was kind of like why, like I said in my casual playthrough, I found that at the end of like the deadliest hallway in the game up to that point. And I was like, man, this thing must be amazing. Better Google it to find out what it does.
Oh my god. I love this. The farm sink. God, it's not even that much slower for Razzio. It's definitely slower, but Alucard's busted. Alucard's busted.
It'll become more of an issue in the second castle, especially if the last card that they need is deep.
This is another randomizer classic that SotN players haven't had as much experience with compared to like Aria players. The resetting the music phenomenon. You know, Colosseum's got a great theme. We're just not going to hear it. We're going to hear this sick remix of the first 5 seconds.
How many Knight's Shields has Storm seen? Or both of them seen? Farm's not going well for either of them. And that's what you like to see. You don't like to see, you know, two guys are on the same farm, and then one of them gets it in 2 kills, one of them gets it in 25. That never feels good to me.
Swarm opening up. Oh, wait, is it really?
Hey!
It happens every time. Just complain. Swarm opens up the menu. Wait a minute. Is it really Armor Lord? I'm getting so unlucky here. This is ridiculous. And then just gets it instantly. Yeah, the menu manip. Yep. Yo, sick Hellfire to celebrate. Good job, Swarm. All right.
Heckfire. Razzio staying unlucky, unfortunately. He needs to open the menu.
He's gonna get it right here. Literally this one. $25 though, hey? That's a lot of money.
That Armor Lord was about to head out to lunch, and instead he got slashed with a sword.
Have you seen fast food prices? That's enough for one
like,
Subway
there was a
sandwich.
Graph. Some kind of graph of you know, actual inflation versus fast food inflation, and it's all like at least twice as high for fast food.
It's true, yeah. I don't eat a lot of fast food nowadays, and you save a lot of money that way, more than usual, just by cooking at home.
There are some random things I buy at the store. Like I will make like some of those like frozen bagged tater tots from the store, and those
Do you
are
have
like
an air fryer?
$5 a bag now. Like it's just potatoes they mashed up and put into a shape. Why is it $5 for a bag of them? It's like 2 potatoes worth of tater tots in this.
Oh,
thing.
but
It's
you
so
know,
expensive.
what about the branding? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's bad at Silvering. Sorry to interrupt you. We can go back to potatoes in a second here. Good for Swarm. Razzio
Yeah.
having an even worse farm than Swarm here. Waiting on that menu minute, but yeah, please continue.
I don't know how much more I had to say about potatoes, honestly.
Oh, I was asking if you had an air fryer. Do you have an air fryer?
Oh, I do. I don't use it enough. I've been looking at a like microwave air fryer combo, which is just, you know, a microwave with a convection oven feature to buy, but those combos are not usually well reviewed, and the ones that are like $700.
They're very
So I either
expensive, yeah.
I have to take a risk on one with questionable reviews, or I have to buy like a Breville, which, you know, costs more than what it was worth for me. Like I said, I own an air fryer. It's just big, and I keep it stored away. So all I would be getting out of it is the convenience of not having to take it out of its little oven.
This is so bad for Razzio.
Yeah, this is
Meanwhile, let's try and catch up on the chain here. I don't even know where that is on the chain. Where was Mist? Mist was I've lost track.
Yeah, Mist was. Every symbol was gold ring. Where was Mist was.
Yo, second to Chris Grim for Swarm.
Yeah. The rando gods have looked down upon Swarm and said, "Sorry, brah," about that Grand Falloon thing.
Okay, according to Countdown in the chat, Mist was above the Richter save point. Thank you very much. So, Leapstone, Jewel, Gravity, Mist. So, Silver Ring being Bat. I think it's Spikebreaker. I think it's going to be Complexity 6 Spikebreaker. And if you're rooting for a Game 3, you're hoping this is Tooth Card.
If you're rooting for Razzio, you have to hope that some card is behind Grand Falloon.
Quick shout outs to Retro Ice Bunny. Thank you very much for the raid. You're just in time for game number 2 of this winner's bracket, SotN set, between Swarm and Razzio. Currently, Swarm is probably ahead, but we're about to get a big moment here.
This has to be eating Razzio alive right now.
Razzio can absolutely still win. It's just, oh, here we go. We got the menu manip. Hang on. Here comes the menu manip.
He put on his luck gear, and now he's going to get it first drop because luck works and so. Alright, never mind. My ability to see the future is diminished. I'm like Yoda.
How many shields does Razzio really need?
Yeah.
I believe this is the second worst farm we've seen all tournament. Oh, yep, there it is. Yo, it's Tooth Card. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. This was Swarm Seed no matter what. So they both got random Vlads, but it turns out Ring of Vlad was the more important one. So just a little bit rude. Swarm was going to win this no matter what, but Armor Lord kind of rubbing salt into the wound here.
The torture for Razzio is done.
Yeah, the one chance, Beef makes a good point in the chat, the one chance that Razzio's got is that Swarm gambles away all rocks again. I mean, we've seen it once before. Maybe it's part of the game plan tonight. But yeah, the very worst farm of the tournament was, of course, the classic 150 kill farm versus Salome of all things. And that was Swarm, actually, earlier in bracket. Brutal farm. If that gets topped, I'll be surprised.
Was I commentator on that, or was that I commentated a Salome farm. I don't think it went that long.
We've had a couple. It might have been a different one, but yeah, that was early into bracket, I believe.
Because if that was also something I commentated, I probably shouldn't commentate again. I seem to cause this.
Oh no. Okay, hopefully this is a save split for Swarm. Oh? Okay.
Oh, you might be going.
Yeah, we're gonna do was it Sword Lord or Vandal first? I think it was Sword Lord first. God, if it's a skip, I think Razzio actually just wins.
Oh, Sword Lord. Which one is Vandal Sword? I am so bad.
So Vandal Sword's the ghost, and then Sword Lord is the Sword Lord. Oh, good farm. So Swarm's had the better farm luck here. Oh, it's gonna come down to routing. Let's see what Swarm does here. This is it. This could be Swarm's winner's side life. Meanwhile, for Razzio, that ring card is going to be a random card. It could be Galamoth for all we know. We have no idea where that's going to be. There aren't a lot of frozen shades left. Save split? Oh my... Oh, okay.
If he's save splitting, I think that means he's going to all rocks.
He didn't, then he did. Swarm plays.
I don't imagine him... No, he's just going to save split the whole second castle.
Oh boy. All right. It
crazy.
might come down now, MT, to where exactly the ring card is. Because Swarm's got a lead. Swarm's going to have the movement advantage and the combat advantage. Big time. But if it's ring card early, it's going to be big for Razzio. If it's ring card late, though, I think Swarm's got it.
Which one dropped ring frozen half? So there's no... Or frozen shade. Whatever the thing right before the boat ride is. So there's no way Razzio is going to accidentally kill one of those before finding that card. Because he's already done the boat ride.
Mm-hmm. Already has the warp, yeah. What if Grand Falloon has a ring card? And Razzio goes Grand Falloon. I will gift 10 subs if that happens.
Swarm would just have to know that, you know, that this match was not in the cards for him if things play out like that.
Okay, Darkwing Bat, good effort. Good effort.
He stood still. He pressed square a few times. Great.
Oh, you know, we actually never saw Olrock's proper, did we? It could be right here, too.
Where was Bat? That Swarm had it. And
Oh, the bat was
Razzio
Silver
did?
Ring.
That's right. Swarm did Hellfire shenanigans to get there, I believe.
Yeah, made it look easy, but that's a scary strat.
Yeah. I don't like doing the Power of Wolf strats, let alone anything harder than
Can't
that.
believe how good this Skull Shield, this Dark Shield, I keep saying Skull Shield. Skull Shield's the laser. A Dark Shield with a Varda, turns out. You know, each of those individual hits gets a boost. It's really good.
It's very inconsistent. Like, where those hitboxes spawn can just make it not hit anything. Like, he gets like 3 hits per cast, and then you're just like, well, great. Just a library card at all rocks, so the deeper Swarm gets into this, the
Okay,
better
it's
off.
looking pretty good for Swarm now.
He just ducked under one of those Black Panthers in bat form.
I've literally never
Panther
seen that. I was
jumped
about to
over.
comment on that. I've never seen that before.
He is hacking. It's time to call the police.
I don't know, did you see that Armor Lord farm earlier?
Oh, Razzio's stuck in the what?
That's okay. I mean, you know, it's not great. It looks bad. Actually, everyone, go ahead and refresh the stream. Oh, never mind. Maybe it's frozen. Just do a quick refresh. It'll come back.
How is that not breaking the floor? The floor
What?
is broken. What's going on?
Maybe there actually is some hacking going on.
Does Christogrim hit? Everything hits that floor. What's going on right there?
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
What? He needs to leave the room.
I think leave and come
back.
back, but has
Something's
anyone
broke.
seen this before? This is brand new to me. Somehow the fake floor despawned.
Yeah, it. We have an invincible floor.
God, that is so weird. That one might require some investigation.
I think Swarm just overrode his safe split. Does he know there's Cthulhu farm? Or, right? Did Swarm have that card?
Yeah, it's iCard. He's got that one.
He's just leaving because the room freaked him out?
I guess, yeah, gonna wait on a different spot later. Or just wait until the other card, maybe? I mean, he did save, so...
I can't-
Yeah.
I can't trust this room.
Okay, this is all looking very good for Razzio. Razzio, you gotta just go to Castle 2 now and go left side. Oh no, we're getting Soul of Bat first. Hold that thought. Razzio's spending a lot of time in Castle 1. This is gonna be 50 minutes with no Castle 2 for Razzio.
Yeah. That doesn't feel good. But that's also... what did he spend? 6 minutes farming Armor Lord? How long was that? I guess Swarm is deciding that Cthulhu's are close enough to Vlad that... Or close enough to Dracula that... Just whenever he finds the other last card, he can just pick that farm up on the way back again.
Yeah, I think the plan is gonna be get the final card, load save, and then you farm Cthulhu, and then do whatever the final farm is.
That's going to be difficult because the final card he needs is back in Castle 1.
Still no card.
And I guess we'll find out later how good the Dark Shield is at killing Trio.
That's got to be a one-shot. Yeah, it's going to be really quick.
It's like I said, I think it depends on, because there's the big hitbox, and then there's a bunch of little ones, and the Trio are 3 small, like, you know, human-sized hitboxes. So it might depend. Although I do think at most it would be just 2 casts.
Ooh, okay. All right, Razzio, I believe, is not even going to go to Silver Ring. Look at this. Just going to Castle 2 once again. No bats. If Razzio goes left side, Razzio can win. Right side has been totally barren for Swarm.
Is left side better with no bat?
I mean, traditionally it's terrible, but with reverse library card, I think it's pretty close. Nice bees, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, right side a total bust.
Storm doing the super safe reverse library card. You saw him duck for almost a full second there before activating it. Got to make super sure you do it.
Understandable, you know, 1 game away from loser's bracket. You don't want to lose a game to that. See, even if Razzio picks the right route here, it's going to be constant time bleed off of the lack of bat transformation. But I respect the route. I think this is a really interesting call.
Lack of bat, lack of Chrysogrim, because, you know, Swarm is able to kill a lot of things and just still plow through them because of his Chrysogrim. If Razzio decide, you know, we know where all the stuff is, but he doesn't, so he might decide to kill some stuff, and I don't know how quickly he can do that compared to Swarm.
Still no card. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is going to be a long seed either way. Are either of them going to finish for like hour 15 at this rate?
I think we're getting a save split reverse. Yep. Okay, it suddenly got interesting again.
Yep.
Razzio absolutely making the right call on this route. So now if you're rooting for Razzio, you're hoping for Force of Echo or Doppelganger 40. If it's one of those two, I think Razzio is slightly ahead. Anything else, Swarm's going to have this one, I think.
At that point, for Razzio, it'll depend on Frozen Half farm time, or Frozen Shade.
Oh no, you're right. It was not a reverse library card. It's a regular library card. And you know what? That's actually fine. Because if I'm Razzio, I'm going to get bat and then reverse library card. Because you want to keep that one.
That is a strat I hadn't thought of. Just going into the second castle and then, you know, dipping to do that check, because you can just go back. You can go back to the second castle real quick.
Yeah, Ren had that idea yesterday. I think it's a really good one. We don't see it very often, if at all, but I think it's got potential. Plus, you know, Razzio's close to the end. Might as well use those library cards while you got them. All right, so MT, rate the drip. Up. Did you see it? It was like...
he's all gray. I can't tell.
The stone drip. Oh, boo! Comment from Freeland. That drip rocks. Thank you, Freeland. Thank you very much.
Report him to the pun police.
I don't think Doppelganger can turn into Gargoyle. I've never seen it. But wouldn't that be funny? I wonder if it would have like a different hitbox in that case.
I think that's been asked a lot of times.
Oh my god, Razzio's doing this first. Alright, if it's ring carded Granfaloon, Razzio wins, and that is just so funny. That is so funny. But I think it's gonna have to be now. If Razzio had just gone left side. Oh my god. Alright, so now it's a 1 in 3 chance that Granfaloon's got the card that Razzio needs. Oh, but he's going Spike Breaker first. Okay.
On the other hand, if Swarm finds, you know, what does he need it to be? The ring card? If he finds the ring card at Death or Galamoth, that is almost a guaranteed win for him at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, with the route that Razzio's taken, I would have preferred reverse library card and then just do this part with no transformation. It might not have worked out, but I think it gives you the best statistical play. However, in this situation, it's a 1 in 3 now. 1 in 3 that Razzio has a chance, and a 2 in 3 that Swarm straight up wins. So it's coming down to the wire here once again. Oh, that's Tooth Guard, right? Right.
Yeah, and he already has Tooth, so he's upset.
Oh, Razzio's not gonna check Granfaloon. I think it's over now. That's a mistake.
Or did he save split before he went to... Because he doesn't have bat, so he might have save split.
Oh yeah, we got multiple saves in the works. Yeah, good call, MTs. Yeah, we do have Catacombs here. Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Oh my god, it's still a 1 in 3.
So yeah, if ring card is at Holy Glasses, even better for Swarm.
Wait a minute, so Razzio loaded Catacombs and is now loading back to reverse keep. That's a blunder. That's a blunder.
I think he's playing himself by trying to
Yeah.
outmaneuver Swarm at Swarm's Granfaloon skipping ways.
Yeah.
Now does Razzio... He must be going... Or he's just getting to warp. We still don't know if he's going left or right. Well, he has to be going right or he'd be reverse library card right now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So this is, I think this is just a big mistake from Razzio.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any good way to justify this. Given how things have gone this seed, you had to go Granfaloon. You either could have gone straight to left side or done some other crazy Castle 2 route, that would have been fine. But if you're gonna invest the time to go all the way down to Spike Break in that situation,
yeah,
you gotta do Granfaloon.
He doesn't have bat. You got to do Silver Ring too, at least.
Yeah, I mean that would have
been.
We mentioned that route where it's Silver Ring, reverse library card. Then you kind of do the route that Swarm's doing. That could have been neat, but instead it's going to be this painful climb through the right side of the castle with no bat.
Whereas Swarm gets to kill Galamoth with 2 Crystal Rings because he killed more books.
What do they say? Knowledge is power.
Since they're based on Tolkien, we know that was like those were Silmarillions that were chasing after Alucard because they had a Tolkien sword in there.
All right, here we go.
Fight a
this one's got a 1 in 3. Oh my god, it's a 50-50 chance of being a Granfaloon. Razzio is gonna be kicking himself if it's Granfaloon. That would have been a 2-0. It would have been a 2-0 with 2 Granfaloon Gomo seeds in a row. Maybe getting
Razzio
too cute with the routing.
I don't want to win like that. Maybe Razzio said to himself, I want to win. I don't want Granfaloon to win this for me.
But here's the thing. If it ends up being at Holy Glasses, then no harm, no foul. Just Swarm seed to win. Nothing you can do about that, so... But if it's Granfaloon, though, it's gonna hurt.
How long before the Swarm? I guess he goes to Holy Glasses and then up to All Rocks from there.
Honestly, if I'm Razzio, I go ahead and do this Devil Farm. I grab the
Oh,
warp.
look, the floor works for Razzio.
I might library card back and do Granfaloon at this point. Because you got to figure that's a great farm, by the way. You got to figure, like, Swarm's not done yet. And I was,
Very
you know, in
fast
Castle
farm
1
for
for like an
Razzio.
hour. Maybe there's a way that Razzio reasons himself into going back. It's very
He's got to
unlikely.
go all the way through, like, likely he's going all the way through to death without Bat. And then he has to decide whether to do Galamoth or go back to the first castle to check Holy Glasses. So he's in a series of tough spots right now.
Yeah, no matter what, even if it is Granfaloon, Swarm's going to get there first at this point. So I'm going to say a bit of a missed opportunity for Razzio, potentially. Let's see where it is first, but...
I kind of want it to not be here. Just, like, so... No, because that Swarm could still... I just kind of want a seed to force Swarm to go there. Rando needs to establish dominance in this relationship.
Alrighty, 50-50 here.
What's slower, this elevator going down or Aquaman dying?
LOL! It's Granfaloon go mode a second time in a row. Razzio could have won. Razzio 100% could have and should have won this seed. Kind of a throw, MT. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I remember last time we tried to do a post-game chat and then your stream died like immediately after the race was over. But we'll have to remember to ask him about that in the post-game chat. Like,
Well, we're only doing post-game for decisive results, and this is not going to be decisive.
Oh,
could have been.
Oh, no.
Should have been, but it's going to be a 1-1 split, and we'll have that game 3 soon. Wait a minute. Razzio getting some ideas, maybe. It's been 62 minutes. No one's finished. I'm going to grab the warp and library card. I had this idea that maybe Razzio would reason himself into this.
Either that or one of his kids came in the room with a problem.
Oh, no, you're probably right. Oh, no,
Either
it's IRL.
brainwave.
Oh, no, it's IRL. Oh, well. Oh, well. I was thinking maybe it was like some, you know, like stereotypical, like, end of the story moment, the realization hits.
Yeah.
Dramatic
Zach
music
Galifianakis
plays.
With all the geometry going on around his head.
No, we're not getting the cliche victory this time, unfortunately. It's just Swarm just wins.
Yeah, and he did it without going to Granfaloon because he's going to get Heart Card from the Sword Card location. And then he knows he has to go back to that bugged room where the floor wouldn't work for him.
It's that Jesse Pinkman meme. He can't keep getting away with it. Game 1 was a refreshing exception, but he's getting away with it again. Right here. Also, Razzio might die.
Yeah, Razzio is...
Honestly, I hope the Razzio library cards and goes to Granfaloon. Just do it, Razzio. You're going to die if you stay here. Just library card. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait a minute. No. Razzio doing everything in his power. Razzio would rather wait here in reverse Coliseum with 3 MP and 20 HP rather than go fight Granfaloon. You know what? I have some disagreements. And thank you very much, Ryensguard, for the very generous 1,000 bits. As a reminder, let me go ahead and share this command in the chat. All bits between now and the end of the tournament will be going directly to the SotN prize pool, so thank you very much for helping to grow that prize pool.
How much is 1,000 bits? $10?
Yeah. 1 bit is 1 penny, basically. Hopefully it's been a good race to watch. I've had a blast commentating this one. This has been another Bounty Hunter classic.
Oh, there he goes with the dark shield. Oh, the level up freeze ruined it for the other two.
That's actually so funny. That's an interesting hidden downside of that dark shield spell.
So Swarm farms this Ouija table
Instant.
for all of 1 try, and then reverse library cards to go back to the rigged room where the floor doesn't work. I want to know. I hope he tries it again. I hope he tries going down into that floor. And then if it doesn't work for him, we have an investigation to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious no matter what exactly might have caused that. Let's say first for me.
Is in your chat. His brain must be racking as to what could cause that floor to not break. Either that or he already has it figured out. So have you played Leg Day yet, Juke?
I think I played a little bit offline, but not online. I gotta find time after Bounty Hunter to give that a shot.
It's just hit triangle the preset.
Would you say it's kind of a masher's preset?
Well, you don't even have to mash it that fast. You just hit it, and then the backdash is 60 frames long. Frames 6 through 60, you're completely invulnerable.
That sounds pretty fun.
You don't even kill much in the preset, which I thought there's some strength gear to fit the theme that replaced some of the relics I removed, or we removed, because I thought gear would be a problem because you don't kill anything in that preset, but I think most of the times I've played through it, I ended up with epic gear. Anyway, back to what I want. Swarm, try and break that floor.
There it is.
Hey, it Actually,
Reminder as always, SotN inputs are a meme, and there it is.
Yeah.
The 5th Vlad for Swarm. So Swarm did win, but I gotta tell you, it was kind of nerve-wracking. Another Grand Falloon seed, somehow. Definitely a big vulnerability on the table. MrRazzio was not able to capitalize.
So, Swarm definitely would have got there anyway, first, if everything played out, all else being equal. But getting that, he got that ring drop, and that's the only thing that prevented him from needing to go to Grand Falloon. Like, fate smiled upon him just so he never has to fight that boss.
He actually got the Grand Falloon Vlad, yep.
Yeah, he either loses or, like, fate smiles and he doesn't have to fight the boss and he wins.
I'm sure Swarm is surprised that the Olrock skip he didn't cost him the race. I'd be surprised too.
Yeah, he has to be wondering what's going on with MrRazzio. But ultimately, Swarm just covered a lot more ground in the same amount of time. It helped that he had Chrysogrim and Bat. MrRazzio's not going to Silver Ring might have actually caused way more of this lead for Swarm than anything else.
Did you know that Bat is fast?
I did know that.
It's a true fact. True fact. However, MrRazzio is really good. This is actually even tougher, by the way, with Power Wolf.
This is one of the hardest things you can do. It requires a whole lot of micro letting go of forward for like the space of just a frame or two.
Because it's actually Razzio might be like one of the best in the world at this trick. I know a lot of people, myself included, have given up in frustration over learning this, and we'll just do like dive kicks. But it saves you some time for sure.
Like a lot of people, when they want to do that with Wolf, they turn off Power of Wolf because it makes it significantly harder to do that. But Razzio just goes beast mode. Now, can Swarm possibly defeat Dracula with this terrible gear? Oh,
wow. Miracle win for Swarm. All right, GG.
GG.
GG's. And then both of our racers have one sheriff star and one
In fact, yeah, let me go ahead and update
deputy
that.
star.
1 star a pop. You're exactly right. So it's a 1-1 split. We're going to game 3 later in the week. Oh, I really hope game 3 lives up to these first couple, because this set has been a treat to watch. And thank you so much, MT. A pleasure commentating as always.
Oh, thank you for having me.